Cool. All right, welcome back to Militia Madness, where we play Militia. Sorry about the week the week break. I don't think that's gonna give away who I am or whatever. But this week we're returning back to the cons. Like, what if it was legal? And I'm bringing Abzan to the table, and I'm playing Skirmish Rhino. And what they do is mini Siege Rhino.
Yeah, Siege Rhino Light.
Yeah. I remember when this came out, people thought it was going to be good. People were like convinced that were like, "Oh, this is going to be like a good target in modern and whatever," and then it didn't.
Yeah. Standard when Siege Rhino was playable was a very different time than Standard now.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing, but it's just, cards get better.
Yeah.
Shocking. And we've played Soul Sisters on the channel before, but I thought let's play it again. So I'm.
You just love that train song.
Hey, Soul Sister. I get to play a green one. Look. It's green. It's color shifted this card.
Yeah. Soul Warden and Essence Warden.
It's like they're friends. Kiss.
That's now Yuri.
Yeah, I'm not gonna explain what these do, because go check out
They gain life when stuff enters.
Yeah. I've already explained them. Go check out the Mono White Soul Sisters deck. The deck. But now we get payoff for our... Well, hold on. Before I get to that, we also get to play Extort, because we're not in Mono White. So these kind of function as Soul Sisters as well, because whenever you play a creature, you gain a life, and then whenever you play a spell, you can pay an extra mana to gain more life.
Yeah, you could have played one of them in Mono White.
I could have played Sending of Tides, yes, yep. But just when you have one of an effect in your deck, especially in this format, it feels like, unless you're tutoring for it, it's like, how good is that effect? So yeah. I wanted to play more Extort. And that's kind of the life gain package. It's 12 cards that not necessarily do nothing but gain life, because, creatures can attack sideways. Don't ever forget that.
Yep.
2 payoffs. And I say payoffs because just gaining life is a payoff in and of itself when you can, like, buy time to stabilize with a Basilisk Gate or something. But these are, like, ways of just generating value off of a gaining life. This starts turning all of your Soul Sisters into draining them for 1, and this just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the minute you go, whatcha! And then they die. Again, for those of you who didn't catch it, I'll go slowly. Whatcha! That's the move. Sacred Cat and Outlaw Medic are just kind of, I think, standard white Basilisk Gate targets. They're really, really good in, I think Call Gates plays these as well.
They're both kind of 2 cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both generate value, right? So, some gold cards that see no play and would see no play in anything else. This is a Trample Lifelinker. 4-mana 3/3 Trample Lifelinker is just a really, really good Basilisk Gate target. And this is a 5-mana 3/3 flyer that ward pay 3 life. Again, Basilisk Gate target that's really, really evasive. It's very, very good. And I wanted something on as a 5-drop, to be completely honest with you. I just wanted something that was good to play on 5. Inspector Squad, Skyfisher Squad, Militia Bugler, and Blind Hunter. These are pretty staple for me.
What blinded you?
Blinded by the Light.
Huh.
This one, right here, as is tradition. I'm on the 3 Mana Cyclers. Not much to say about this.
No Saga Wildling?
No, because these, I think it's perfectly acceptable to cut Safe Right Quest to play Saga Wildling. But the thing about my mana is my commander is 3 colors and no generic mana. I need to be able to hit my colors. So I didn't really want to rely on Saga Wildling to do it. And it's just a matter of slots, right? I don't necessarily think Safe Right Quest in particular is better than Saga Wildling. It's just that it competes with Saga Wildling. And this can get things that aren't basics. These are both how you find Basilisk Gate. So I don't think you can cut those. The slot that I think you would cut for Saga Wildling is this, and I think that's a fine thing to do. It's just that what Saga Wildling does is it's a flyer that kills people. It's a 5-mana flyer that kills people. I don't need that. I have the Ward 3 guy, and it gains life, and I don't need that. I have the other 12 cards that do that, plus my commander. So, apples and oranges sometimes, but, like, it's really a matter of preference, and I wanted to give this Safe Right Quest a try. So, but I don't think Open the Gate or Crop Rotation are negotiable. I don't think you can cut those for the Saga Wildling. They're just ways of finding your Basilisk Gate and closing the game out. Putrid Leech. I love this card. 2-mana 4/4. I remember I was just starting to get into Magic when this card was like a threat in Standard, and you would cascade into this off of Bloodbraid Elf, and you just kill people. When you didn't hit your Blightnings, that was the deck. It was this on 2, Blightning on 3, and then it was great. Main deck Heliod's Pilgrim that is actually just offensive. There are no defensive auras in my main deck. I have them in the sideboard, but the thing about it is I just wanted to be aggressive, and I wanted to play removal in the sideboard that when I needed it. So I can go get it when I need it, but when I don't need it, Gift of Orzhova on my commander is pretty good. So Armadillo Cloak on anything is really good. Standard black removal, best white removal, and then some white-black removal. Pretty staple. I think we've explained each of these cards on the channel before, maybe not the Unmake. I did an entire podcast episode on this.
Well, segment.
Yeah, the entire segment on this. Don't feel like I need to explain it. Unmake is just really, really good. Moving on. Night's Whisper and Lee the Stampede are the last 2 cards in my deck. This is a very versatile slot, honestly. When I built the deck, it was 58 cards, including my commander, and I was like, what do I want to play for the last 2 slots? And honestly, I went with card draw just because I think it'll be better in the long run, but you could play more. If you wanted to play a removal spell for Heliod's Pokemon to go get in the main deck, you could do that. If you wanted to play just some more aggressive creatures, you could do that. I think the new April O'Neil would be really, really good in this deck as like a core Skyfisher target, but just against the mid-range grindy decks, I just wanted ways to like refill my hand. So.
Yeah, I could see you meeting a tavern being pretty good as well because the Anthem effect seems pretty real in your deck.
It's not terrible. Yeah, it's these slots are just a matter of. I would say the rest of the deck is pretty solid. These are just like flex slots. Yeah. It really like half a dozen one, 6 the other. It really doesn't. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but I'd leave one of these in, probably the Night's Whisper, if you were going to cut one. Yeah. But, I'm on gates.
8.
All of them that I can play that are good.
Yeah, no Gateway Plaza.
No Gateway Plaza. The card's terrible. I'm on dual lands. Just the 3. I'd like to be on the 6 snow duels as well.
Wait, you mean 3 snow duels?
Yeah, the 6 total dual lands.
Yeah.
Just so Safe Right Quest is live later in the game, and Troll and Eagle and Generosent. But the thing is, later in the game, if you have a Generosent in your hand, you're just gonna cast it. So really, the only thing I'm lacking on is Safe Right Quest targets, and I think I have enough to minimize that problem. So. But again, like I said in episode 1, this is a primer. This is not Morgan and I presenting like we've solved it. This is the 100% best way to do it.
It's what we came up with.
Yeah. And then I'm on a Silver Quill campus as like a utility land to get off of crop rotation and like the really, really grindy games. You could replace this with a Snow Duel. You could replace this with like a Surveil thing. I don't care about my graveyard, which is why I went over with the Scry ones over the Surveil ones. But if they print better utility lands in the future, and also an Abzan commander in the future, I think this card is on the chopping block. I'm on a Bazooka Bog because I can do it at instant speed with crop rotation. It's just a crop rotation target. That's really all it is. And then we're on Deceptive Landscape. And 2, 2, and 1. This deck is very white focused, and all of its removal spells need black. Green is very much the third color in this deck. This mana base does make it hard to cast Essence Ward on turn 1. Nearly impossible, but like all of your other Soul Sisters require white mana. Green is just like not... You can feasibly go the entire game with one green source in play. Very rarely do you ever need the second one. That is the main deck. We're going to put Skirmish Rhino with his friends. He's going to skirmish all over there. And then for the sideboard, we're on the Monarch package. Monarch.
Yeah.
Accursed Marauder and Chainer's Edict. I didn't know which of these I wanted to play because both have upsides and both have downsides. Yeah. This is searchable. This you can flip off of Winding... not Winding Way. Lead the Stampede and Militia Bugler. This you cannot. But this does it twice and this only does it once because we have no reanimation in the deck. But I was like, why did... There's just so many slots on my sideboard. I could just play both. So I play both. Reprobation and Pillar of the Sleepless. These are okay. This is more for something like Murmuring Mystic or something where you just really like tapping it down or just pacifying in and of itself won't do anything because it just makes 1/1s. And this is just for like big dumb green idiots or commanders or things like that. So I wanted a little bit of versatility in my Heliod's Pilgrim targets. Thrive and Charm and Destroy Evil are the white instant speed removal spells that I played in the sideboard. Because they're versatile and they do other stuff. I don't think I'm weak to Boggles per se, but just being able to accidentally blow up an enchantment is decent, and then being able to accidentally blow away graveyards is pretty good too. Kasali Pride Mage, an aggressive beater that can also come in and deal with annoying classes or, stuff like that. Relic of Progenitus. It's the graveyard removal of choice, in my opinion. I think it is even better than Nihil Spellbomb. I think if you're on just one of these, you want to be on the Relic. So, reason being is it's good against the Tolarian Terror decks as well as like the All-in Dredge decks.
Yeah, like the modalness of it either slowly taking away or then eventually popping and getting the card is just very nice.
Yeah, it just sits in play and just like blah, 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 blah. I'm on the Bearers. Against mid-range and control decks. Guarding the Guild Pack, same thing. Mid-range and control decks. And then Crypt Rats. This is my choice over Arms of Adar or Suffocating Fumes. Black mana is not the easiest to create, but this is not a deck where you need to put 5 mana into this. That's not what we're doing. We're just doing this for 1 or 2 or maybe even 3. And it's better than your other options because you cannot find Arms of Adar off of Lead the Stampede or Militia Bugler, and you cannot find Suffocating Fumes off of those 2 cards either. Those 2 cards search for exclusively for creatures. This is a creature. We're playing it. I believe that's it. That's my whole deck. So check out the Discord, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on Friday.